This new patch just changed everything for NBA 2K26. Shooting is completely different and things just got way harder. But don't worry, because by the end of this video, you will not only have the best jump shot for your build, but you will have every single shooting secret and setting that the best players don't want you to know about. We're almost at 900k subscribers, so to get closer, we gotta play the sub game. You must subscribe if your 3-point percentage is in the 50s. You must subscribe if you're eating right now. You must subscribe if you've ever been shot over by a 7'4" build, and you must subscribe if you want to see more content like this. What if I told you that you can get $100 right now? Because you can. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy, because they're basically giving away $100 when you sign up with code SOLO on Underdog Fantasy and play a $5 pick'em. They give you $100 win or lose. On top of this, you guys can also get a 1-yard Michael Penix special. This is basically a free win, and they will double your first deposit up to $1,000. So if you put in $50, they will give you 50 of their own. You'll have 100. Play the $5 pick'em, they'll give you another 100. All it is higher, lower end player stats. The NFL and the NBA season are here, so now is the best time to play an Underdog. You guys can see I mix and matched a bunch of different picks, and you guys can see up here they have a bunch of specials, especially in October for Boosttober. So I have a 30% profit boost. My $10 are to almost 2,000 if all my picks are correct. Take advantage of this today and secure your $100. All you have to do is sign up on Underdog Fantasy using code SOLO. I'll put a link in the description. Download the app today, have some fun, but be sure to play responsibly. What's up, guys? It's Solo back with another video, and today I'm putting y'all on to the best season 2 jump shots and new shooting secrets, because Mike Wang dropped a patch and it completely changed everything. Now, with these shooting secrets, with these jump shots, I am shooting about 78% from 3. It's also led me to get a 93 plus win percentage, beating a 188 game. The list goes on. Just in case you guys need any sort of proof that I'm not just a random bum, these are my actual records and stats. And the first thing I want to talk about is the new patch, because this is very important. It's important that you know what they updated in the game. And one of the biggest things is that they increased the difficulty of making pull-up fadeaway jump shots, aka fades. So fading is now harder in 2K26. That is very important, and I'll be talking about it more later. The next thing, and this is a big one, they slightly tightened rhythm shooting windows for both tempo and timing. What this means is that rhythm shooting got nerfed. So if you're a rhythm shooter, some of you guys probably have no clue what I'm talking about, especially if you're new to 2K, but rhythm shooting got nerfed. Fading got nerfed. The gameplay on this game is going to be a whole lot different moving forward. First thing that you guys need to know that will turn you into the best shooter possible is that you got to have on the right settings. So we'll start off in the controller settings. There's not much in here. You do have the shot timing visual cue, but when you make a custom jump shot, that setting overrides this one. So this doesn't really matter, but you should put it on push or release. The settings that really matter are in customize HUD. So you guys can copy this down, put this on default, put orientation on absolute, pass the dribble answers, put that on disabled. For passing, you guys can copy these down, auto lob to moving receiver, put that on disabled. The rest don't really matter too much. And then if I go into settings, there's really nothing in here, but I know, some beginners are going to ask about it. The one that really matters is customize HUD. This is where a lot of the shooting settings are. First off, you got the shot meter shots. This is where you could turn off your jump shot meter. Now, if you've played the game since 2K20, you know turning off your jump shot meter gives you a boost to your shooting. Obviously, having the meter, you can see, when to release it. But if you can learn to shoot without the meter, just looking at your hands, figuring out, okay, this is when I want to release it with my player, each jump shot, you get the muscle memory down. It is going to be very, very worth it. There is not a top player in the game that uses their jump shot meter. So you want to go ahead and turn this off and then hop in the my court, start practicing if you've never shot with your meter off. And the next important setting is going to be under shot feedback. So go into shot feedback, put visibility on all shots. This will show you your timing after each shot. So if you shoot a late, you'll know, okay, maybe let me release it a little bit earlier on the next time, or early, release it a little bit later. And this also shows you the coverage. You guys can see if they got a 5% contest, whatever, it shows you the distance as well. If you put it on simple, it doesn't tell you the contest. So there's just way less info that you're getting unless you put all shots on for your visibility. My next tip that is going to turn you into a top level shooter is jump shot boost. You got to be using jump shot boost. You guys can see I have unlimited because I'm on the deep end event. You guys can watch that video if you want. But regardless, even if I didn't, you want to buy jump shot boost. They're not that expensive. You can buy a 10-pack for $1,500. This isn't placebo. It's not just in your mind. It actually makes you shoot better. Trust me. But there's actually a way to get unlimited jump shot boost in every single game. Not even the unlimited that I'm showing you right here. If you go to the crews, you go to crew rewards, you guys can see unlimited boost for every category at level 26. Make sure you guys are in a crew, and if you want to join my crew, the Soloverse, we're going to be a top crew in season 2. I'll put a link in the description to my Discord. Join the Discord and then type in the chat. Once you guys are in there, I'll say what's good. But there's limited spots in the Soloverse crew, so if you don't get in that crew, there's a bunch of other crews in there. We have the crew finder tab now in the Discord. Get in the crew. It's very important that you get this unlimited skill boost and unlimited Gatorade. Speaking of Gatorade, you guys can see I have boost. I think that's from like an event or something. I don't ever really buy boost, But if I was going to buy Gatorade, the one you want to buy is the middle one, the Gatorade Thirst Quenchers. This really helps your stamina out, but I would only buy it if I was going to play like stage or like a wager or something. What is important is on the right, weekly workouts. You guys want to have that additional turbo meter active like I have. It gives you an extra little blue bar in your stamina meter. And how you guys can get that is by going in the Gatorade training facility and doing 4 workouts per week. You want to get 3 stars or better. The workouts are all scattered around the outside here, but if you want the workout warrior badge, I think that's what it's called, something like that, this gives you the permanent turbo meter, so you don't have to do the workouts ever again. So it takes 3 weeks because you have to do every single workout. There's 12 workouts total. You guys can see workout warrior unlocked, 99 stamina, all body types, and the permanent additional turbo meter. It takes 3 weeks again because you got to do 4 workouts per week. You don't even have to get a certain score on them. You just have to do them and you get the workout warrior badge. I shouldn't have to say this, but it's just going to help your stamina, which matters a lot when it comes to shooting. Next up, and this is very, very important, especially for a new player. You guys can check your 2K card for this one, and that is going to be hot zones. Matter of fact, I don't even have them done, so I got to go do them. I guess mine just reset. Not only hot zones, you guys see on the right over there, we have the lethal zones, the purple zone. So this is actually perfect because I can show you how to do it if you have never done it before. You want to go to this building right here, the Art of Shooting facility. It is right next to the Gatorade, and then go in here. Also, something that's very important, go to the main menu, go to features, go to settings, and put your difficulty on rookie, because if you don't, it's going to be a whole lot harder. So you want to go up to this guy, click on him, continue through this. You can do 1 zone, 2 zone, or 3 zones. 3 zones resets in 3 weeks. 1 zone resets in 1 week. 1 zone's a lot easier to get. 2 zones is easy. 3 zones is the hardest, but I'm not gonna lie, if you put it on rookie and you know how to shoot the basketball, this is easy. Now that I picked my zones out, you have 10 shots against a lethal shooter. You just got to shoot him from the zones that you picked. He is going to be very good at this, so you got to be able to score a decent amount. So you guys can see right here, I have 1 shot remaining. Bang, I just went 10 for 10, zone boosted. It set up top. You just have to tie him or beat him to boost that zone. If you do not do either of those things, the zone will not boost and it will not go to lethal. There we go, 10 for 10 again. I got another zone boosted. All right, so there we go. I just finished, and as you guys will see at the top of your screen right there, I now have 3 lethal zones, and these are very important because you do shoot significantly better, a higher percentage from the zones that you have as hot zones, and especially as these purple lethal zones. This next tip is actually very, very important. It's not talked about enough, and I want to talk about not only Takeover, but your badges and your badge perks. So if we go to Takeover, you guys can see I got the custom takeovers. We got code solo on Underdog and NBA2KLabs.com. And we got Twitch at solo_W, plug in the comment section. But basically, Deep Bomber is the best takeover in the game, especially for most of you guys, because you're watching a shooting video. You're probably on a pretty solid shooting build. So Deep Bomber, you could shoot from the parking lot and it's like a layup. Now, if you don't have custom takeovers, you guys want to use one like Chef or some of these other ones with Deep Bomber, or go with the sharpshooting takeover if you don't have a 90+ 3-point rating to get the Deep Bomber one. I have 2 different Deep Bomber takeovers. I have this one, which is only 3-pointer, so plus 10 to my 3-pointer, giving me, you know, beyond a 99 with the Deep Bomber takeover ability. And then I have this other one, slot 2, which is speed with ball. If you're a dribbling build, speed with ball, getting that on plus 15 is very, very important. That's what I usually use. I prefer to go speed with ball instead of 3-pointer. But then you also pair that with the Deep Bomber. It's pretty crazy. And as far as the badges go, make sure you're putting on your badge perks. People ask me about badge elevators. Doesn't really matter too much. It's just kind of like when you make a new build, it's kind of important. For your badge perks, very, very important. People ask me about this all the time too, so I'm putting you all onto some game. But if you hit top 10, you get a bunch of +2s. I hit top 10 while I was on this build. So I have badges like Set Shot, Deadeye, still +2'd from when I was top 10. Set Shot Specialist, Shifty Shooter, probably 2 of the most important shooting badges. Make sure you have those either max +2'd or max +1. You want to have, you know, Deadeye as well. You want to have these badges boosted up. But I also do want to say that Lightning Launch is probably the most important badge to have boosted if you're a guard. So make sure you have that boosted max +2. There's one more thing that I want to tell you guys about before we get into the jump shots, and then we're going to get into the real shooting secrets in the my court. And this last thing is like things you can do off the game. There are things you can buy. I'm not talking about a cheating device. That will probably get you banned. But there are things you can buy that'll make you play better, like a monitor. These things cost money, so a lot of you guys probably can't do that, but I figured I'd include them in the video. If you're playing on a TV, if you're playing on like a 60-inch TV in your living room, that's gonna really put you at a disadvantage. Your reaction time, the response time on your TV is just not as good as if you bought a monitor, a 1 millisecond response time monitor, or even 2 millisecond. The next thing is gonna be Ethernet. I am lucky enough to have my router in my room so I can run an Ethernet cable straight into the back of my Xbox. This gives me really good internet. I'm not playing on Wi-Fi. I'm connected straight to the router, which helps with my latency. The next thing is that I'm using a wired controller. As you guys can see, this goes straight into my Xbox. That also gives me better latency. You could buy any type of wired controller. This one is called like a game sir. There's a bunch of them. You can get them on Amazon. They're actually cheaper than regular controls usually. But without further ado, it is now time to get into the part of the video that a lot of you guys clicked on before. I'm going to be giving you guys the best jump shots for every single height, rating, whatever it is. I have a bunch of jump shots. And the first one is going to be this first slot, jump. Matt Ryan is, I think, the best base in the game for these tall guards, 6'5" to 6'9". Whether you're a tall guard, a lockdown, an ISO build, a popper, whatever it is, if you're between these heights, Matt Ryan, Baluba is a very good release. That's Mike Wang's release, actually. It's somehow good. Release 2, Sadiq Bey. Here is the blending, the visual cue. I like going on release. You could put it on push if you want, or halfway. You could tweak it. I go full release. That means you want to release it pretty much at the last second. It adds a little smoothness to the jump shot because you don't have to rush it. Release speed is 4 to 4. It's a very fast jumper. You guys can see in the bottom right corner, we have an A+ release speed, B- release height, A defensive immunity, D+ timing stability. I go 60% Baluba, 40% Bay. Make sure you guys subscribe because this jump shot has not only saved a bunch of people, thousands of people, but if you put this on, it'll probably save you as well. This is the jump shot that I'm shooting about 79% from 3 on the 2s with. And if this jump shot is not working for you, one that I will also recommend is going to be Ray Allen. Now, I don't use Ray Allen, but a lot of good people do. So for the releases, you can mix and match whatever. If you have a personal preference release you want to use, but the base is what matters the most, I would say. And you guys can see the grades again. Still really good grades. This is what I would run out because I like Baluba Sadiq Bey mix. You could do that 4 to 4. Release again for the visual cue. But if you guys want the scientifically proven best jump shots, they had a bunch of people test them. You can get the best data on jump shot bases, jumper releases, shot speeds, green windows, average green percentage, and more. I'll put a link in the description. Go to nba2klab.com. It starts at $7, but with code solo, it's 20% off. So it's like $5 for all this data. They have a bunch of free stuff on here, like the tool stuff, the badges, recommended builds, all that. But the premium stuff is really what you want. They have the best and highest rated custom jump shots. They even have a custom jump shot recommender where you connect your own controller and they find the best jump shot for you based on your latency. It's crazy. I highly recommend it. Again, code solo gives you 20% off. I'll put a link in the description. It wouldn't be a jump shot video without mentioning nba2klab.com. Now, before I jump into my court and really go over the main shooting secrets and how you guys are going to green, you know, 80% of your threes, and especially my new advice with the new patch, because shooting got way harder. Like I used to be able to do it with my eyes closed. I literally did a video on that. I want to go over some of the jump shots for small guards. However, I don't have a small guard, but I know the best jump shots still. I talked to some of the best players, you know, some of the best jump shots from last year, etc. Tall guards run the game. What can I say? I still haven't made a small guard, but these are the best bases for small guards. If you're 5'9" to 6'4", put on one of these: Curry or Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes is actually really good. Curry, if you can get it, you could try that as well. And if you're starter 4, you guys can use Patty Mills. For the releases, again, I highly recommend Baluba as one of them. It's very solid. And then for the other one, you could put John Wall or Colin Sexton. So once again, Curry or Grimes for the base. If you're starter 4, you can go Patty Mills. For the releases, go Baluba and then go with John Wall or Colin Sexton. Go full release speed. I would recommend going release, and then I would go 60% Baluba, 40% the other one, or you could go 70% Baluba, 30% Sexton, something like that. Okay, now I'm on my 7'4" build. I actually have not made a video on this build, but I shoot so crazy on this build. Like, I do not miss. I genuinely think I have the best jump shot for these type of builds. Base Jonathan Isaac, trust me. I used this last year as well. This year, I feel like it's even better with the pure green window. Base Jonathan Isaac. Just trust me. If you're 6'10" or up, use that. Baluba again, we could still use that on these tall builds. And then Franz Wagner for release 2. We go full release speed, 60% Baluba, 40% Franz. Next up, we have the phase. Now, if you're a small guard, even up to 6'9", so 5'9" to 6'9", I highly recommend that you use Pro 2, whether you're a lockdown, a popper, a guard, use Pro 2. Another solid one is going to be Devin Booker. A lot of the cheaters use Devin Booker because it's not as smooth, but since they're cheating, it creates a lot of space. It's hard to contest Devin Booker, whereas Pro 2 is like more smooth and easy to green. I recommend Pro 2, but you can mess around with Devin Booker as well. And then if you're 6'10" plus, like I'm on my 7'4" right now, use normal 2 dribble pull-up. Okay, now this is where you're really gonna turn into an elite shooter. And this is where you guys can kind of like pick my brain. Like I'm just gonna explain everything I'm thinking when it comes to shooting, the shots you wanna take versus the shots you don't wanna take. Let's start off with rhythm shooting versus the button. After this new patch that Mike Lang and the 2K team put into the game, rhythm shooting took a massive hit. I used to be able to just mindlessly that's green. Shit, there was even times where I was greening from back here. You probably think I'm lying. No, I was greening from back here consistently. That's how good rhythm shooting was. If you weren't doing it, you were missing out. If you don't know what rhythm shooting is, basically you hold down with the right stick and then flick up when it's time to release. You have a tempo and you have a timing, as you guys can see on the bottom. But if I shoot with button, there's no tempo. It's just all about your timing. Tempo is the speed that you flick up the stick. So if I go too fast, wow, that still was green. Hold on, let me change the difficulty. Okay, here we go. Ready? If you go too fast, just like that, it'll say rushed, right? And if you go too slow, I don't even know how to flick the stick slow. That's kind of hard to do. Basically, you got to find that perfect middle ground where you're flicking the stick up at a solid speed. You got to kind of mess with it until you find the sweet spot. For the patch, rhythm was 100% the way to go. Now I feel like it's more personal preference than ever. Again, last year there was a boost to rhythm shooting. This year there is not. And now they made rhythm shooting even worse in the patch. So you want to rhythm shoot? That's good. It's still valid. Or if you want to button shoot, that is good as well. It's personal preference. I really don't think there's a big advantage to one over the other. You know, if you get the tempo down, I might even say rhythm shooting slightly has the edge. So that's probably what I'm going to keep doing in the park until it stops working, I guess. Fading versus standstill shots. In the new patch, fading took a massive hit. Fades were so OP. I mean, I just missed that. That was a 100% guarantee to go in before the patch. Fading, it was the meta easily. There was no point of stopping to set your feet to shoot, to let the defender close out, because fading was just that good before the patch. Now it's not as good. But what I will say is fading middies is still the move. That's still the meta. That's still overpowered. Continue to fade middies. In fact, I'm making a new really high midi build just to do this, because I think it's going to be even better now that fading threes is not the move. You can still do it, but it's not as consistent. Like that's 100% going in pre-patch. Now I'm missing it. You know, you can make them, but go try it yourself. You're going to be missing a lot of fading threes. So for threes, you definitely want to set your feet. You could do this off the step back, use Devin Booker step back, do that. Or what you could do is you could quick stop. You could do a simple one. All you want to do is flick up. It'll kind of stop you just like that, so you don't fade. Basically what I'm saying, set your feet for threes. Unless you have takeover, you're feeling out of body, then I guess you could fade them. But as far as the middies go, you can continue to fade your middies. Also, just so you guys know, hold up, flick down for the rhythm fades if you're sprinting. So if you're holding the sprint button, hold up, flick down if you want to fade. And then for rhythm shooting, don't hold the sprint button. If you do, it'll make you do a step back. So you want to let go of the sprint button, hold down, flick up. The next thing that I want to tell you guys about that no one ever talks about, but only the elite shooters pay attention to it, is your adrenaline. You guys see the 3 bars below my stamina, right? There's 3 yellow bars. You can lose them by either running just like that. So bang, I just lost one. Now I have 2 adrenaline. Or you can lose them by doing 4 standstill moves in a row, just like that. Now, when you have 1 adrenaline like this, or if I go down to 0 adrenaline, this is not a good shot to take. You want to reset it to your center. If you have recharge booster, if you're a high enough rep, they'll recharge. If not, you're cooked. You don't want to shoot it like this. It's just not going in on this game. Maybe in park, you have a chance, especially with 1, but 0, it's looking bad. So basically, you just don't want to over dribble, but there's a way to maintain your adrenaline. So what you want to do is left stick cancel. It's more of a dribbling thing, but it's important when it comes to shooting. So what you could do is you want to tap your left stick. So let's say I do 1, 2, 3, tap your left stick a little bit to the left, right after that move, or you could go down, whatever you want to do. 3, or well, let me restart. 1, 2, 3, left stick. See, left stick. 1, 2, 3, left stick. Keep going. See, I still have my adrenaline, right? That's how you do it. You tap your left stick. It's kind of hard to do. It's a little annoying, but you have to learn the left stick cancel and you will maintain your adrenaline. You either want to shoot with 3 adrenaline or 2. Once you go below that, it's not looking good. The next thing I want to talk about, and this is not talked about enough, I'm going to go in the corner for this one just so you guys can see a better example. It's going to be no dip. Now, a lot of people don't know what this is. They still don't. Only the elite players are doing this, especially if you're a corner player or a popper or someone that catch and shoots a lot. You got to get the no dip down. It's a difference maker. How to do it is you hold the left trigger before, or L2 if you're PlayStation, before you catch the ball. So if you know that your teammate's probably about to hit you, hold this. It's not doing it because I'm in the my card, I guess, and I have no teammates, but you'll see the animation. Your player will get ready to like receive the ball. That's how you know you're doing it right. Hold this before you catch it, and it's gonna give you a lightning fast catch and shoot shot. It removes the dip from your jump shots. You know, normally when you catch the ball, you bring it down to your hip, then go up. The no dip just catches it, goes straight up. So it's really fast. It's gonna take some getting used to, but look, I'm holding left trigger. Very fast, right? Very fast. Now, regular catch and shoot looks like this. See how much slower it is? Regular. Let me do it one more time. Regular catch and shoot. Way slower, no dip. Straight up. No dip is the move. You got to start doing this. My next tip, and this was a very important one last 2K. It's not as important on this one just because we have the pure green window and you can really make like any shot, but shooting off dimer helps a lot. So if you're playing with a teammate, whether it's a point guard, maybe a center that has dimer on a very high level, you want to hit him, right? You want to pass it to him. And, you know, let's say you dribble around a lot, right? You dribble, maybe you lose adrenaline. Maybe you're not doing the left stick cancel, right? Damn, wait, I still haven't lost adrenaline. Let me run out like this. Okay, there we go. We lost adrenaline. I've dribbled a lot. It's going to be kind of hard to make this shot. Reset it to your center. Pass it to your center. He's going to hit you back. Maybe you have a catch and shoot. Dimer again gives a huge boost, so that hits. Or you get the ball. You still have dimer. Get it. Run out a few steps. Shoot off the first few steps. That makes a world of a difference compared to dribbling around for 10 seconds. Your stats are going to get lowered. It's going to be really tough to make that shot. And the last thing I want to tell you guys is shoot with confidence. This 2K is pretty much the first 2K ever where we have a pure green window. You could really make anything. So even if they close out on you, or maybe, I'm not saying run up and shoot a smothered in someone's face. That's not what I'm saying, but shoot every shot you do take with confidence, because you can make anything. So if you're, let's say I run over here, looks like an open shot. He does get a closeout. Don't get scared. Follow through with that timing. Even if it's a 40%, 50%, there's still a solid chance that you can green it in 2K26. So if you guys haven't already, I'm trying to turn you guys into the best players that you could possibly be. I'll link some other tip videos like the best dribble moves, the dribble tutorial, VC methods, rep methods, all that in the description below. So if you want to see more tutorials or you want to get better at the game, look at the description, subscribe, of course, turn on noties, and click the video pop up your screen right now.